Silver just literally crashed the internet. The market is on fire. People are losing their freaking minds, dumping all of their crypto, flooding into silver as it just broke through all-time highs right now as I speak of $52.22. What makes this way worse, folks, is that now there's a massive silver crisis happening at the LBMA. People want their silver, but they can't get it, which is why I always said, if you can't hold it, you do not own it. Silver stackers have finally gotten the last laugh. All the years, some of us decades of waiting for this time to come has now officially happened. Monday, October 13th, 2025. We broke past 50. The sky is the limit. There is no ceiling. We are about to find out how high silver truly can go. Alright folks, silver has now hit a new all-time high of $52.38. From the time of me recording the introduction, it already hit new highs. Right now, silver is breaking records, the highest price it's ever been, ever, period. Not 1980, not 2011, period. Right now is marking history. Check out how many different articles are talking about this though. This is from J-Post. Silver supply crisis deepens as London inventories plunge 33%. A global silver squeeze is reaching crisis levels as supply shortages, collapsing London inventories, and soaring demand push prices above $50 an ounce. Silver roars higher as short squeeze rocks the London market. We're talking about silver jumping above $52 today. Another article, silver prices surge to record highs amid gold rally and supply squeeze. This article is mentioning how silver hits a new all-time high. This article from Bloomberg, historic silver squeeze deepens as price soars in the London market. Goldman Sachs warns on silver outlook. Physical delivery challenges drive recent surge. Sharp correction likely in the next 1 to 2 weeks. Then we have this one. USA sends silver bars to London as historic squeeze hits. There's so much going on, folks. You gotta be subscribed. Not for my sake, for your own, because I'm going to update you on a daily basis of what's happening across the globe and how that affects the price of precious metals, more specifically silver. You gotta stay in the loop. You gotta know what's going on a daily basis, and I will do that for you. I will sit in front of a computer screen for hours a day researching this, wrapping it up in a shiny YouTube video for you so you don't have to waste all that time doing it. I got you. Click subscribe, click the bell. Let's cover this article from jpost.com. I will link it in the description. Silver supply crisis deepens as London inventories plunge 33%. So, a historic silver squeeze is unfolding across global markets, one that analysts say could reshape the precious metals landscape for years to come. Prices have surged past 50, vaulting silver into territory reached only once before in history. This is not a speculative anomaly, but a convergence of structural factors that together point to a profound global shortage. Now, what is really going on at the LBMA? Let's talk about it. So, London, the silver squeeze in London has intensified, right? There's not enough silver. And with this many people trying to flood into the silver market, it's just exposing the hand. It's exposing that everyone wants a slice of the silver pie, but there's not enough pie to go around. The highest in decades as historic short squeeze in London intensify with the fresh surge in prices adding urgency to a worldwide hunt for bullion that could alleviate the mismatch between demand and supply. Spot silver climbed above $52 an ounce, exceeding last week's peak, while gold surged to a fresh record of $41.15, building on a record-breaking run of 8 weekly gains. Platinum and palladium also jumped amid signs that market stresses caused by surging investor demand are starting to spread to other precious metals. So you can see right here, precious metals, you can see spot silver and spot gold way up. Silver's up insane amounts it's like 75% this year to date. Concerns about lack of liquidity in London drove silver closer to a $52.50 record from 1980, and in 1980 it wasn't even, it was like 49.95, and in 2011 it was like 48 something. So I don't know, I mean, I guess they're, different exchanges have different prices, but this is the highest price by far, by several dollars. So this was set on a now defunct contract on the Chicago Board of Trade. Benchmark prices in London have soared to near unprecedented levels over New York, prompting some traders to book cargo slots on transatlantic flights for silver bars, an expensive mode of transport typically reserved for gold, to profit off higher prices in London. The premium was about $1.40 an ounce on Monday. Talking about today. So people are literally traveling across the world to try to profit and capitalize off this. Silver lease rates, which represent and this is the important part, silver lease rates, which represent the annualized cost of borrowing metal in the London market, surged to more than 30% on a 1-month basis on Friday, creating an eye-watering costs for those looking to roll over short positions. Lease rates for gold and palladium also tightened, signaling a broadening pull on London's bullion reserves following a rush to ship metal to New York earlier this year. The market is, quote, less liquid and roughly 9 times smaller than gold's, amplifying price moves. And that is another very important thing to note of, is silver is so much smaller than gold. So when you have people from gold and Bitcoin and XRP all flooding into silver, that's going to affect the price even more. But there's also a massive silver shortage, which makes it even worse. It's like every single thing that you could wish an asset has to make it explosive, silver has that and some. Goldman Sachs Group analyst wrote in a note, quote, without a central bank bid to anchor silver prices, even a temporary pullback in investment flows could trigger a disproportionate correction, as it would also unwind the London tightness that drove much of the recent rally. The 4 main precious metals have surged between 55 and 82% this year in a rally that's dominated commodity markets. Gold's advance has been underpinned by central bank buying, rising holdings in exchange-traded funds, and rate cuts by the Federal Reserve. Demand for havens have also been aided by recurrent U.S.-China trade tensions, threats to Fed's independence, and a U.S. government shutdown. Just more things that's pushing silver to these new highs, and it's all coming together. And I don't think that this is going to stop anytime soon. Like Goldman Sachs said, in the next 1 to 2 weeks there could be a major correction. Since we broke past 50, there's no resistance. So that's all new price discovery. And I think with so many people, this is such mainstream hype news now, especially with the crypto world now jumping in. We might not see any type of resistance. It might just go into extreme overbought territory. And honestly, that's not even really overbought. That's just naturally what silver's true price should be in the first place anyways. So on Sunday, China urged Washington to halt tariff threats and return talks, warning it would retaliate if the U.S. pressed ahead with the new measures. President Donald Trump, who mooted an extra 100% tariff on Chinese goods last week, struck a more conciliatory tone in the weekend remarks. Market turmoil sparked by the U.S. tariffs threats have boosted demand for assets perceived as safe havens, such as gold and silver. It's kind of funny they say perceived as safe havens. It's the only safe haven. What else is? Not Bitcoin, and people are finding that out the hard way. On Monday, analysts at Bank of America hiked their end of 2026 price target for silver from around $44 to $65 an ounce, citing persistent market deficits, elevated fiscal gaps, and lower interest rates. Traders remain on edge ahead of the conclusion of the U.S. administration's so-called Section 232 probe into critical minerals, which includes silver as well as platinum and palladium. That's very good. I mean, that's very big news that silver is now included in that, because that's new funding as well. Fears the metal could be swept up in levies have exacerbated the market tightness, partly laying the foundations for the squeeze in silver after a major drawdown of freely available supplies in London. So now they're taking note of, they're acknowledging that silver's critical, they need it, and that's even less silver. Everybody in I mean, I'm talking everybody wants a slice of the silver pie. There's not enough pie to go around. Not just the EV sector, not just, solar panels and EVs and, silver lithium ion batteries and photovoltaics for solar panels and satellites and drones and nuclear. There's colloidal silver for the medical world. It's used in laptops, cell phones, dental alloys, space equipment. Silver is the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity, electricity, and light sensitivity. It's literally making the world go around as we go green, like with Samsung's new silver solid-state battery that's like it charges twice as fast and lasts like 40% longer. And AI chips, I mean, everybody in military, all these wars going on, there's 500 ounces of silver in a single Tomahawk missile, 11,000 ounces in some torpedoes. The amount of silver that everybody is needing, even in the medical world, is all finally being realized that they don't have enough of it. Like I said in 2020, if you think we have enough silver to go green, you're living in la la land. And I knew by now everybody would know this. Back then they didn't know this. You could sweep the silver shortage under the rug, but now you can't. Proof, it's added to the critical minerals list now. Everybody's realizing that silver is the most critical thing to have, literally the most important thing. If you want to go green, if you want to win wars, silver wins wars, right? He who owns the gold sets the rules. He who owns the silver wins the wars. We're talking about the most important thing in the world. And everyone is finally realizing that they need it, but they can't get it, even if they're willing to pay the prices. On the COMEX in New York, silver futures jumped as much as 7% to a record $50.59 an ounce. Previous peak was set in 1980, $50.35. But right now, we also see it at $52.38. Actually, it's $52.36. It's 2 pennies down from its all-time high as I'm recording this video on Monday, October 13th, 2025 at 5:44 p.m. Eastern Standard. So yeah, 2 cents under its all-time high right now at 5:44 Eastern Standard on Monday, October 13th. So yeah, folks, that's what's going on. A lot's happening in the world of silver. I have so much more to cover that isn't even talking about the London inventories and all that. There's so much happening, folks. Make sure you're subscribed. Click the bell so you get notified when I post. You could be subscribed and never get notified if you don't click the bell and click all notifications. I don't know why YouTube does that, but you have to go. There's like 2 or 3 different steps to make sure that you get notified every time I post. So I'm going to wrap this video up here, folks. I love you all. Thank you everybody that's donated to the GoFundMe. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. This is why I'm doing a huge silver giveaway soon as a token of my appreciation. It's helped me out tremendously. If you want to know what the GoFundMe is about, the link is in the description. I would be, we're reaching the goal. It really has helped me and my family out a lot. I thank you all so much for that. I can't keep saying thank you enough because no amount of thank yous could amount to that. So yeah, if you want to purchase some of this stuff, hit up Miles Franklin. Send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Let them know Slayer sent you. If you want to join the Secret Silver Society, patreon.com/silverslayer. We do monthly giveaways over there. The 31st of every month, I give away silver. You pay $5 a month for a chance to win a $60 coin. So yeah, anyways, folks, I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned. I post 2 times a day. I missed the earlier post because I was doing some other stuff. I had some appointments, but usually it's noon and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard every single day. Do not miss out, not for my sake, for your own. This was Silver Slayer. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow at noon. Peace.